Then this is from the Patreon. If you want to send questions, you send them to the Patreon. I usually answer them on the Patreon or here. There's this girl that I had really strong feelings for. I told her that, but she didn't feel the same way. We are still good friends and maybe hang once a week, but it's been 7 months and I can't stop thinking about her. From watching your podcast, you seem more like a fucking Chuck guy. But I'm interested to hear your POV. Maybe that's what I need. So,
I mean, yeah, there's you don't want to fuck. But...
Danny's the fucking Chuck guy.
No, this is Chuck. This is Chuck City right here.
No, Danny's the fuck Chuck guy.
I fucked a couple of guys named Chuck.
You seem more like a fuck.
I mean,
Chuck guy.
this is a very what is that?
I mean, maybe fucking Chuck when you're like single and young, but like in general, I feel like most people eventually you have like girlfriends mostly, or you're dating one or two.
For sure, but I'm saying in this scenario,
no one that's doing anything like getting a lot done.
But in this scenario, like this guy, his only chance is he has to Chuck to have a chance to fuck.
That is true. Yeah,
that's the only way. It's like if you think you're gonna just stick around in her life.
Well, I think what you're saying and what I would agree with is the bottom line is you go, what's your goal? And I think that most people's problems, when you boil it down, you look down, you go, what's your goal and how do you expect to achieve it? So it's like, you're like, oh, I'm still friends with this girl, first of all.
Temporarily. Wait till she gets a boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly. First of all, it's like most adults don't have like friends of the opposite sex. So I assume you're like young enough where it's
and like, you're obviously a certain age and then, one of you is going to move somewhere for whatever your life.
But what do you get out of this? Like, what's your goal? It's like, and obviously if
Last
we
man
boil
standing.
it down, yes. So if you boil down the whole thing, really, if you're being honest with yourself, what's actually happening is you're like, I think she's going to change her mind.
Yeah, I'm going to stick around long enough where she's going to go through all of her options and be like, you know what, he's not that bad.
Or if you say, you know what, which I would never get, you're like, I'm probably not going to smash, but I value her friendship so high. It's like, well, then, I mean, if you're that guy, then yeah.
Yeah, but you don't.
No, but if that, you're going to be the chump. There may be a guy like that, but you're right. You probably don't, but you're going to be a chump your whole life if you have that kind of mentality.
Oh, yeah. That kind of stuff, girls, that makes their pussies,
you tried to smash.
Dry.
It didn't work. Yeah, you have to step away from it.
I mean, that's the thing that guys that you really need to realize is if you have a friend who's a girl and you're probably, in your early 20s or whatever, once you make that move, if she doesn't take it, that friendship's done.
I know.
Like, it's basically like if it's not done right there, it's the clock's been started.
We had a body when we were hanging out at I think you were there. A bunch of us were at a bar one night, and then there's this guy, and he was like, I was friends with this girl, and he was like giving the sob story that I didn't even really believe. He's a comic, and he was like, I was dating this girl, and like we were friends for like 7 months, and then we started dating, and I just want to go. We kind of broke up. It didn't work out, but I just missed the friendship, and it was like, no, you didn't have a friendship. You had like a flirty friendship that was like obviously will we, won't we, that led to you banging. It's like that was your friendship, was like you like prolonging that. And if there was none of that there, you wouldn't have ended up boning.
100%.
And yes, so it's like, no, you didn't like the friendship. You liked like the fucking.
Nobody had girls have stories where they're like, yeah, I was like this guy I was friends with, and then he professed his love to me, but I wasn't into him, and then I haven't talked to him really anymore, or I don't. And you're like, yeah, because that's how it works.
Exactly.
They shoot their shot, and then you shoot them down, and then that's it. They're not friends anymore.
Yeah, so, and it sounds like you put in the work to try to smash, which is why you're probably being like a good friend to her.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, this guy is trying to be like he's got a bit of like the fucking like wolf in sheep's clothing here, because like you don't want to be friends with her.
Totally. Yeah, move on to the next one. It's like, in this case, don't fucking Chuck.
Yeah, no, Chuck. The only chance that you have of her being interested in you is a full rejection. But you can't even
think of that. It's just, it sounds like it's over. You know what
I
mean?
No, but I'm saying, but even in the back of your mind, you go like, because
move on to the next one.
But he's sticking around thinking that like maybe he'll get tagged back in.
Nah,
whereas it's the opposite.
And if you don't want to be in there in those scenarios. You're going to have no hand.
Yeah, zero leverage.
It'd be a nightmare to be in a scenario
the move here is you ghost her, like is it, and then
you don't have to be mean about it.
No, I'm not saying mean about it, but I'm saying like you disappear from the scenario, and then maybe you might come back. She might, because of the rejection.
I feel like this, you don't want to be thinking like that, though.
Yeah.
In your mind, you have to convince yourself it's just like, this is done.
Yeah.
Yes, if 2 years, probably then you don't care anymore. But it's like, if you think like, I'm, you know that thing where it's like, you have to like not care a little bit, and people are like, how do you not care? It's like you actually have to not care, which means you also have to like in your mind you can't also be thinking like I'm not caring because it's like you can't be like you just have to be like get over this.
You do have to get over it. I'm just
on.
saying, but there, an opportunity may present itself to you because of this,
and you have to not care
yeah, but you got to just move on. But this is a young. If this guy turns out to be in his 30s, I'll be very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yeah, you don't let this girl bitch you around, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking these women will take you for all they're worth. Probably catching all these favors. You're probably driving her places, man. And then she's just gonna. And when it's all through, she leaves your ass for a what, dude? All right. Fellas, this is the New Clips channel. Right now, we're at 3K. Hit us with a subscribe. Let's get those numbers up. Very much appreciated. Let's get to 5K at the very least. All right. Thank you. Peace.